Hello and welcome to the Car Ride Convos Podcast, podcast number 16. I would say that I have, something witty to say, like I normally do. I really don't this time. Life has been like a rush recently. Not a rush, but it's been packed.
It's been packed.
This is kind of a special episode as well. The Post Malone episode. Right now we're on our way to go see Post Malone, which is, I don't know if you guys know him, but he is, I guess you could call him like a former SoundCloud rapper turned, mainstream celebrity superstar kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
Released something a year, maybe 2 or 3 years back now. A song called White Iverson.
I'm ballin', I have a song on you.
And ever since then, that song blew up really crazy. And 2 albums later, we're gonna go see him. So
yeah, super pumped about it.
We're excited. This is just kind of like, impromptu thing. I thought it'd be cool to do it on the way there and maybe catch some images and stuff like that while we're inside there. I'm not going to bring any camera gear in or anything like that, but we have our cell phones, and as long as Apple isn't dumb about me transferring my stuff off of my phone,
which
sometimes
is always debatable.
I know, which is always kind of an issue, so I don't know. But who cares? We're doing this. This is fun. This is exciting. And yeah, a little bit of context. We got in from Texas last night at 1 in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woke up at 9 to go pick up our dogs from the kennel. So we did that. And then, do I have hair all over myself? Well, that makes sense. And then came back and we were both really tired, so we went back to bed.
It's been a lazy day.
It's been a lazy day.
It felt so good, though.
It did, I know. And
yesterday was exhausting.
Yeah, and then we get a couple more days, even though we had to go grocery shopping over the weekend. Of course, typical podcast stuff. Got to edit and throw some things together. And then we're back on the road again to New York City on Sunday.
Yeah,
and Sunday and Monday we're going to see Superfruit, which if you don't know who they are, they have a really fun channel, which they haven't uploaded in a while, I don't think. So
well, I think they've been very busy.
Yeah, but filming your hotel rooms, Mitch and Scott.
I love them.
Always forget. Yeah, but they're really talented, really entertaining on their YouTube channel, and pretty cool stuff. So as you can tell, our lives are pretty slammed recently.
They're slammed.
Pretty crazy. So
I'm still deaf in my right ear from the flight, so I really hope that doesn't affect
what you hear tonight.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So this is just I don't know, I feel like this is turned into a chill podcast, you know what I'm saying? We're just kind of chilling.
And it's very low energy, but I feel like I have low energy because I'm kind of winding down from a very exciting, busy trip.
Yeah, really crazy. I'm sure by the time this comes out, you guys will all have seen all this stuff, so that's exciting.
Hopefully it's done by then.
Yeah, hopefully. You never know. The thing is it's not it's not getting it done anymore. That's not the thing. We can get the stuff done. It's our internet uploading taking as long as it does to upload the videos. It's crazy. Because not every video we upload is an hour long, Sometimes they're 20 minutes long, and those go on for way too long.
And the thing is that we found right before we left Austin, Texas, was that there was this coffee shop that's just known for their internet speed, so people go there to upload, download, all kinds of stuff. So we had a 30-minute podcast we were going to see if we could just quickly do it while we were there, and we kind of got there too late. We didn't have a great morning, and we should have had more time, but it would have only taken 2 hours, I think, to upload the whole thing, which it takes at least 8 to 12 when we're here at home, which is absolutely insane.
And
so if you ever get we try to say we're going to upload on Wednesdays. If that doesn't happen,
you know what the reason is. Yeah. Yeah, you know it's just Comcast being dumb. Out here, that's the problem, is like pretty much all your internet options are down to like one or two things, so that kind of sucks. Yeah, I'm going to pause here while I'm taking this turn, because this turn sucks. Okay. Yeah, so in Austin, we were, that coffee shop we were at wasn't even like Google Fiber. Like, it was just their AT&T, which, if it's anything like Huntsville, where we used to live, AT&T also did fiber, and it's not as fast. AT&T in Huntsville wasn't reliable. That was the problem. But what it was fast, you know? Yeah. So that is a perk. But from what I read on Austin's Google Fiber thing, is they had two options. One option was for $50, 100 up and 100 down, download and upload.
Which is insane.
Megabits per second or megabytes per second. I'm not really hardcore.
It's megabits, isn't it?
Megabits. I don't know. I think it might be megabytes. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I'm not much of a computer person. That's my problem. That's like my huge deficiency. So I should have spent more time on a computer in like those AOL chat rooms when I was a kid.
I don't know if that would have helped so much.
I would have developed some other issues.
Yeah. Some other skills.
Some other skills. And then for $70 a month, they had like 1,000 upload, 1,000 download, which I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
We literally pay. So our internet at our house is so bad that we have two internets. We have one through our phone line and one through our cable line. The cable line is super. It's super unreliable. It's and I want to say it's a really weird offset of it's maybe 50 download and it's supposed to be 12 upload, and that's the fastest they can get me for some weird reason. And even the 12 is never for sure. It's like today it was going fast at 3.81. So
bad. Just bad.
So imagine going to Austin, where they have something that's, 100,000 times that, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just crazy.
Yeah, man.
That would be wild.
I feel like upload something in like 30 minutes.
Yeah. Like, I really liked Austin. Like, that's like a cool place. Like, the only thing, like everywhere in the Southeast, the temperature sucks. Like, it is so hot down there.
Yeah, it wasn't terrible except for one day where it was really sunny was the problem. You just felt like you were boiling in the sun.
Yep.
And we were wandering around downtown that day, and we were just like drenched. I know I was. It was gross.
It's bad.
And then there was, it was hot for sure. It was like high 80s the whole time probably. I think it got into the 90s a little for maybe a day or two, but there was a nice breeze most of the time. And then we went to the zoo, which was really fun, and it was this really cool. Well, it was kind of like off in the middle of nowhere, so it was like surrounded by trees and stuff. So there was a lot of shady points. So that day wasn't too bad either.
Yeah.
But
the bugs are huge.
The bugs are huge.
Yeah, like everywhere in the Southeast, it's like a demi rainforest down there. So you have like a lot of those issues.
I hate that.
Yeah.
So much.
So, yeah, there's pros and cons, but I could see, I could definitely make it work there. Like that could be like a thing, Yeah,
there were some cute houses. Everything was like brand new, which is just so weird now living in Boston where nothing is new. Everything is older than, it's not even old, it's like ancient.
Yeah, so Austin, if I ever get a job that's dependent on the internet, I will definitely be checking you guys out, because out here it just doesn't cut it. And and fiber isn't going to come here. Like there's
they can't do anything.
They couldn't do anything with Boston, or we don't even live in Boston. I'd move to Boston if Boston had fiber, but Boston's infrastructure is so old that updating that has got to be a nightmare, because you notice that a lot of these places where they are installing fiber are places that are growing cities, and pretty much the only like new growth, not even like it used to be an old, like Detroit's kind of having like a resurgence right now, and everybody's coming back and it's being very, gentrified and stuff like that. They wouldn't do it at Detroit. Like, those are all, the infrastructure's too old. So they go to places like, I think Huntsville. It's been in Huntsville for a year now. We haven't been there. I wonder what their options are there. But I'd move back to Huntsville for $1,000 up, $1,000 down, $70 a month. If I had a job, I do it for friends. That in combination with being with friends for a little bit, that'd be awesome.
I guess if we could live in like one of those cool apartments. Our last date we were very poor there, and it was not fun. Yeah, we lived in a shithole.
Yeah, but I don't know. Internet, man. That's the reason why the podcast isn't out right now, and it's almost Friday, so that's fine. There's really no excuses. It's just one of those things. We did
try though.
Yeah, we did. We tried really hard. So. And we even edited all through vacation and stuff, so we're pretty beastly at this stuff, so.
I mean, that's debatable.
Not really.
Barely.
Not really. But yeah. So Post Malone, pretty crazy. A couple, I want to say a month ago, his new album dropped, Beer Bongs and Bentleys.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Which, and his previous album was called Stoney. And there's been a little bit of contention, I feel like, between the way everybody views his albums and the way I do. And maybe it's just short-term nostalgia for me, but everybody's just saying how great the new album is, and I like it. It's if anything, I will commend it for, it's really good at growing on me.
Yeah.
When I first heard Rockstar, that's the song, it's just called Rockstar,
yes.
Right? Yeah. It was on the radio, and I already have a terrible disposition for if anything's on the radio, I'm like, this is like...
Oh, see, did you not like that song when you first heard it?
No, I didn't like it when I first heard it. And it just slowly grew on me, and I loved it. And then he released a music video, which is like probably one of the single best music videos I've ever seen before. Yeah. And no one really, obviously there are other ones, like, of course, This Is America is really good. But I'm saying like a non-message based, like a very
just creative and
cinematic and creative and very interesting. It's very out of the box, and it really didn't get a whole lot of. Everybody's just like, okay, whatever, this is whatever. But I really like that music video. And then his first single for his album dropped called Psycho, and I want to. Is Travis Scott on that record? Is Travis Scott on that?
I can look it up.
He has a feature in it. I don't remember. Travis Scott? I don't know. He's somebody's
Ty Dolla $ign.
Ty Dolla $ign. I'm kind of hitting myself for messing up Ty Dolla $ign and Travis Scott, but whatever.
It's Rubio.
And I did not like that song either. And that song I remember particularly was, I was watching on YouTube, I was like, man, this is boring. It's like a boring song. And then, like, that song grew on me. So who knows what this album's going to do to me, but I'm just not there yet. Everybody's like, the production level in Beer Bongs and Bentleys is so much higher than Stoney's. The production's tighter. There are a bunch of hits on there. And I'm just like, all that stuff I just don't care about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I think the thing that bothers me a little bit is the fact that I feel like White Iverson, for example, congratulations, songs from his previous album, I just feel like they're more creative, they're catchy, and they were catchy because they sounded different. I feel like now it's like he's putting out, I don't know, what I kind of believe to be, and I don't hate it, I'm a little disappointed, because I just feel like he's putting out the stereotypical second album. Yeah. That
college summer anthems that you're going to see a lot in sororities and stuff.
It sounds familiar. It sounds very trendy. It sounds like what is popular right now, which I personally don't like, but I also don't hear individuality from it. Like, I don't really hear, like, Post Malone a ton. But I still love Candy Paint.
Oh, that song is crazy awesome. I love that song.
Rockstar obviously is amazing.
Yeah, it's a great song.
There's a couple good songs. I haven't like Stay, which is like a slower anthem-y type of song, is good.
Yeah, I get that too.
And a couple other ones are growing on me. It's just not like, I don't know. I wasn't blown away by it.
Yeah, Beer Bongs and Bentleys is like, I will say there's like pretty much almost not a bad song in there. Like, they're all good. And Stoney, I think I remember, has one song that I particularly don't like. I don't remember which one, but there's one that I'm like, I don't really like this. But, like, it just... And this might be... I've praised a lot of bands and groups and stuff like this but this album's just too cohesive. It's just too, like, it is too tight. Like, it's like, as opposed to, like, tightness is not what I feel like Post Malone is. So, everybody, like, I almost feel weird calling him a rapper. Like, I don't really think... I think calling him a musician is kind of more...
Then again, the term rapper has kind of lost a lot of its meaning in recent years anyway. So, kind of like... I mean, whatever you
especially it being like... It's like the genre, the American music genre right now.
Yeah,
like, there's, like, it's so big right now. Everybody... I mean, look at, like, you know... Everybody hates when people talk about them, but look at Jake Paul and Logan Paul. I mean, Rice Gum, like, all those guys, they're all, like, these dumb dudes who just, like, sell these merch salesmen.
Buy that merch.
Those guys are rappers. I mean, like...
Buy that merch.
Yeah.
Buy that merch.
Dude.
Yeah, it's painful.
All I want for Christmas is that Jake Paul merch.
Free shipping, y'all.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
Just
but everybody is.
Promotion to, like, just a disgustingly nauseating degree.
Yeah, like, honestly, I will say from the, and I don't know if maybe they're dumb or they aren't self-aware, but the Paul brothers, man, dude, do they have, like, they are shameless. They are so, like, the shameless level the shamelessness that they put themselves through is just, like, it's almost admirable. Like, it's, like, very, very close to, like, wow. Like,
is it admirable, or is it
I think it's
like,
past cringe,
it's like
and it's
dead
gone into
brain cells. Like, are you just not
self-aware and they don't even know? That's a complete possibility. And you know, I wouldn't put it past them. But it's just like I can't even believe like I don't know. There's just like
But then again, here we are talking about it.
Sure,
you know? Like,
sure.
And we have those stupid songs stuck in our head because we heard them, like, once.
We heard them once, and we were laughing, and we were, like, probably being like, these guys are idiots.
I mean, the thing is, they do accomplish their task. I don't like either one of them, but mainly because of the people that they display themselves to be. Yeah. Whether it's a gimmick or not, I think it's just dishonorable.
Yeah.
But as far as, like, promoting a brand and, like, branding themselves to be a certain thing, I mean, yes. Have they accomplished that?
Yeah.
Yes.
The problem is that it's going to eat them alive because, you know, they are the brand, right? Like, that's how it works. And they're promoting so much that it's like, I don't even call them vloggers or YouTubers. I call them merch salesmen because that is clearly what they are, and they're kind of, like, turning into, you know, so they're gonna lose what they actually are. It's gonna be like you know, like a bad version of an Ouroboros, you know. Snake eats its own tail. It's supposed to signify life or whatever, but basically it's gonna swallow in on itself, and they're not gonna.
Does that happen? Is that a thing?
Well, I don't know. It's like an old Greek thing.
Oh,
yeah, no, it's like.
Never heard of that.
Oh, you never heard of
No.
Ouroboros? Ouroboros, I don't really know how to pronounce it.
I thought you were going to say Aurora Borealis for a second. I was like,
yeah, it's kind of like an Aurora Borealis, how it's, like, beautiful, you know, how, like, they can, like, they're so good at merch sales.
Dumb.
Yeah, so I'm kind of, like, I'm not exactly aligning with the way the critics have kind of deemed Beer Bongs Millie, but I'm not gonna hate on my boy. Like, that he's dope.
I'm glad people like it. Like, I'm glad that I was
platinum
a
in
person.
4 days. Platinum in 4 days.
I mean,
like, that's...
And it is good music. It's good. And I'm excited to, like, hear him perform these songs live. Because I feel like that always helps me like them better, too.
Like, it helps me figure out kind of what they're doing.
Well, yeah, that, too.
Because productions there's so much producing that goes into music.
Yes.
So much. That it's like, it's only when you see it live, you're like, oh, this is what he's going for. Like, this is what they're going for. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see how it goes. Traffic is really bad today. I feel like the nap when we got home, taking the dogs out, was just kind of like, it's really, really nice.
Oh, it
really
felt
nice
good.
reset.
It felt really good.
Yeah, I was like, man, dude, I
needed that. I felt well rested after that.
Especially with like any sort of vacation, I hit this decline where it's like I just slowly am dying. And like the last day, I'm like the last day we both woke up.
Yeah, well, that was a mistake.
We were like,
we made
wow,
some poor decisions.
Yeah, I mean that's normal for us.
I just find it so funny still that like you and I get caught up in talking to one another long enough that it's just like, yeah, you know, we just kind of stayed at this one bar and talked the whole time.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Oh, yeah, are you guys, like good friends, haven't seen each other in a while? It's like, no, we've been together for 11 years. We see each other every day.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, great.
Which is another thing. I don't know.
I don't know how we do it.
I don't know if this is going to come out like after or before, but our anniversary is coming up very soon. Been together for 11 years and been married for 5.
Aww.
That's crazy.
That's exciting.
It's really exciting. I love it.
I can't believe it's been that long.
We still talk to each other. I mean, we have like a whole podcast that's built around us talking to each other. That's pretty messed up. Not a lot of people can say that.
That's messed up. That's exactly how I would describe it.
Well, no. Remember that? Remember those girls who'd be like, you talk to your husband still? Like, it's like, whoa.
I still get stuff like that.
Crazy reality.
Which I don't really understand that whole, like, I don't like that. I feel like being happily married is almost like demonized, which it's like if you are happy, people look at you like, well, that's stupid, or like they don't even know how to like counter argue that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they're just like, if you're not unhappy, then there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's sad.
After observing a lot of the way people get married nowadays, it's not like there's something about the process of it, but just like people finding people, like it doesn't surprise me a whole lot, you know? Like it's not super surprising.
Yeah, I guess I just think like even when we were newlyweds and it was like we had maybe a year into our marriage, a little, I guess, earlier than a year. Is 1 year, like, is the whole first year, is that being a newlywed, and then after that, you're no longer newlyweds?
I guess.
Rule for that?
I have no idea.
All right. Yeah, it was around a year-ish that we had been married, and, you know, people knew that you and I got along really well. We loved hanging out. We talked all the time. And people would just automatically say to me, like, oh, well, just wait till you've been together longer. Like, you're still in, like, the honeymoon phase.
Yeah.
And it's like, why do you say that? Like, why are you wishing such ill will to my marriage?
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of... Like, why are you married? If you're not happy, then don't be married.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. People annoy me.
I had all these people who had, like, the sports breakdowns of, like, how your marriage is going to go. Everybody would be like, oh, yeah, you know, year 1 is really good. And then year 2 is just all fighting. And then year 3, it's pretty good. It's not bad. Like, it's just like a steady year. Like, there was, like, a year-by-year breakdown of how, like, and I've got this from, like, multiple people. And I was like, wow, like, this is like a science.
And you know what's
stupid? This never happens.
That is so subjective. It is so...
No, yeah, 100%.
Like, what is that? Projecting almost.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Why...
Yeah.
Like, sure, like, that was the way your life went. But as far as there being, like, a perfect calculation of, like, typically this is how things go, I don't think that's really true. Because I feel like first year of marriage for us was, I think, pretty good. Because that was before... Like, we had just gotten to Huntsville. We had a cute apartment. I had a new job. Like, I was out of the ICU. Like, it was very, like, it was good.
Yeah.
And then, shortly into the second year, it started getting really rough. And we were running out of money. And we had to move into a shitty apartment. And
even during those times, it was like, we would never take it out on each other. It was more like us against life, like, sort of like...
I don't feel like we fought. I think we had a lot of heated... discussions, but it wasn't towards one another. It was just like we were so drained and depressed.
It was kind of towards life. Like, what are we going to do?
Yeah, right. It was just a frustrating...
What is going on?
Yeah.
All this stuff.
So, I wouldn't say 2 was like... We didn't fight. It was rough. It was really hard.
Yeah.
But not for that reason.
Yeah. And... it's
year
funny.
3.
The last time we fought was, like, literally, like, last tax season.
I know. Over stupid...
But it was taxes. I mean, everybody, like, that stuff makes everybody go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not, and it wasn't even anything, it was something that I made a mistake, and then you made a mistake response, and it's just, like, it was very clearly, like, a very just dumb situation that we shouldn't have put
it was all stupid.
emotional energy into.
Dumb things.
Yeah, but it's like, it's not even that bad. It's more like, it's just, I don't know. It's really weird compared to like, which I'm also not saying that if you fight, that means you're not in a good relationship. I don't want that to ever come off, because that's not the case, because some people use fighting as a way of moving the relationship forward and progressing it and getting things done. And it's literally the only way they know how. I couldn't do that. I would be dead.
Yeah,
if I married someone like that, I would be like,
exhausted.
I don't know. I don't like throwing the D word around, but yeah. I mean, that's hard to deal with, you know?
Yeah.
That's a difficult thing. But some people live and die by that, though, so that's whatever. And the year 3 was our first year here in Boston, right?
Year 3 was kind of hard only because we were separated for so long, I think.
Travel nursing thing had us kind of separated.
That was a huge jump.
Yeah.
That was really emotionally tiring.
Yeah. But see, again, it had less to do with, like, the way I was feeling, like, I had more things wrong. The things I had issues with were more things I was dealing with internally. Versus, like, anytime I talked to you was just, like, totally the light of my day. Like, it was, like, great. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, just, like, all this great, you know...
That's very cute.
No, but it's just, like...
Yeah.
Everybody was like, you know... Have you ever been depressed before? And I've been severely depressed before. Like, I've been like, it's been bad. Has nothing to do with you. It just had to do with like what we were doing, how everything was kind of up in the air, how we were kind of taking a risk. You know, it was a big risk. We were, you know, big risk, big reward sort of thing, and luckily it paid off. But it's just like, you know, it's not easy being away from you. So
that was hard.
There's that issue. But I don't know, I just, like, we made it, man, and it's like, it's not even, we're not even talking about it anymore, it's just whatever.
I know.
We gotta get all these dinglings off the road who can't make up their mind where they're going.
I know.
Yeah, but it's just like, I don't know, I'm just so glad. Just so glad. 5 years later, no complaints, still waiting on things to get bad, like everybody...
Oh, don't say that.
Everybody, no, I'm just saying, like, I just don't believe it to be a thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, just not, what's it gonna be?
I do pride ourselves on how well we communicate, because that is, like, the biggest issue, is that I just have so many girlfriends that I feel like I hear, like, just complain and talk about, like, their significant others outside of speaking to their significant other, and I'm just like, okay, well, you know, what did he say when you said that to him? And she's like, well, I didn't say that to him. It's like, well, why are you talking to me about it then? I don't want to know this. Like, don't just come complain to me if you're not going to physically talk to the person that you have an issue with. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, and we have the unique, we had the unique pleasure of, we were dating for 7 years before we got married. Was it 7 years? Was that the number?
I think it was 6. Yeah, because we're married for 11.
Okay. Yeah, so 6 years, together for 6 years, and that is just such a great opportunity, because the fact that it's like, you're figuring each other out, and you are kind of, if you're doing that in a marriage setting, you know, it's not as easy as, well, we'll just break up, you know?
Right. I mean,
like,
you're kind of
then
have
you
a
have
lot more
you're up against
riding
the wall.
on it. Yeah.
It's two people up against the wall, and you got to figure it out, and that's not easy.
Yeah.
Compared to us, we went through, we did like the, you know, still back whenever I went to go to church, when I was going to church and stuff like that, we did like marriage counseling and stuff, and, you know, we talked to people, and I mean, we didn't do it that much. We did.
I think we went to like 3 or 4 sessions or whatever.
And I was like, that was about it.
It was kind of.
They were like impressed. They were like, "How do you deal with this situation?" We were like, "Oh, this." They're like, "Whoa." Did not know that until very much later on in our marriage, and it's like, yeah, we've been together for a long time,
and we grew up together. Like, you know, we started dating in high school, so I think that definitely, we kind of grew together into our own people, but so I think that helped.
Yeah, and don't call us high school sweethearts either. That's not like, That is not a thing. We did not date. I mean, even though this is very complicated, it's hard to relay to people how complicated this issue is. We were homeschooled, but we went to school, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just that's such a weird thing to try to explain to people. Like, I
call it high school sweethearts all the time.
We're not, though. Because we never dated while we were both in school together. We kind of officially started dating the summer before you were.
That's what I associated
high school
with
age.
it.
Yeah, I associate it with the
going to school
1960s. The guy wearing the Letterman jacket, the girl, the cheerleader. They both go to school for, they're both the same age, and they go to school for like forever. And it's like, no, we're very removed from that. Like, we were never dated.
Oh no, yeah.
You were. In the summer before you were a full-time college student, that's when we started dating. You know what I'm saying? We were of age, of high school age, but it just was not like a... It's not going to give you that... If I were to tell you that we were high school sweethearts, it wouldn't give you the picture that I think needs to be painted.
I think you're getting a little too technical with this.
Sure, but I'm just saying, like, the way I...
It really matters.
I think very visually, so when people say that, like, it doesn't compute with me. They're like, oh, you guys were high school sweethearts, and I'm like... Not really. Like, it's like, sure, for words, but no.
But yeah, what do you care if they think it's right or not? Yes, just sure, yeah.
I don't know, I guess I'm crazy like that. Like, I want information relayed to me in ways that I can properly digest it. I don't know. I have no idea. I just feel like it's a misrepresentation, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
It's a weird thing. Like, I don't even think there's anything wrong with being a high school sweetheart, except for I also do get, like, the whole, like, Alabama high school sweetheart. Like, that was my first wife from ages 16 to 19,
Well, and we don't have that caveat of, like, I feel like with a lot of high school sweethearts that I have met or have known, it's like, oh, yeah, we're high school sweethearts, and then she got pregnant right away, too.
Oh, yeah,
and it's like they're really young parents.
Yeah, really young parents. We're also not that. We're young parents of dogs. We had dogs at a young age, but...
And they're lovely.
They are great, and they're back in our house right now because we got them from the kennel this morning, and they're doing great. Monkey was being super cute this morning.
She was.
She's crazy.
This is Monkey's prime time, is when she's exhausted and she misses human contact, and you just love on her, and she'll just cuddle you.
Yep, before she turns into like a brittle oyster.
Yeah, this is the prime monkey time.
Yeah, prime monkey time.
Dexy's just sweet all the time.
Yeah, he's
just a lot more tired now.
Yeah, he's well-rounded.
But he is well-rounded.
Yeah. So yeah, pretty pumped about this concert. Pretty, like, crazy, tumultuous schedule we got going on now. And eventually I think it's all going to come to a close when we get back from Rockford here in like a week or two. I still gotta get close for this wedding.
Not this weekend, but next weekend we're going home to Illinois for a friend's wedding.
Yeah, also someone who went to school with us.
Super excited about that.
Yeah, super really excited about that too. Me too. But I still gotta get my wedding clothes because it hasn't been done yet. Sweet. We can go shopping.
Do that this weekend.
Sometime.
I don't like shoe shopping.
It takes a little bit.
I don't like it because I need sandals and I hate sandals.
Yeah, they are a little silly.
They're silly.
Yeah. This podcast is weird. I kind of like it. It's like super chill and like talked about Post, we talked about Texas, we talked about internet, we talked about marriage.
It's like a grounded one.
It is kind of like a grounded podcast.
Grounded on the road. Wait, what?
Grounded on the road. Now we're just like, yeah, maybe when we have, we're going to do an upcoming segment here pretty soon. Some Q&As. We've been opening up our glorious Car Ride Convos Podcast at gmail.com and just kind of accepting questions and stuff for the podcast. Maybe there'll be some relationship ones we could get to or something like that. Maybe we could, I don't know, by no means do I ever, I think it's a bad idea, anybody who does this, like, even you, you're a nurse, you work in the medical field or whatever. Yeah. How awkward is it when people approach you like a medical professional? You know what I'm saying? Like, you have friends or like friends of friends who are like, oh, you're and it's like they think you're some sort of like just like, I am everything medicine. You know what I'm saying? It's just like,
well, or that you even want to talk about that on like a day-to-day thing, or like that it's totally like it's appropriate to just spill out your medical history of someone. Like I didn't ask to hear like, you know,
about your
you
genital
had
warts.
Toenail fungus 7 years ago and now it's returned on your other foot. Like I mean, I didn't ask for that. I'm not working.
Well, I'm the same way with like engineering stuff, because I'm just like, please don't ever treat me like I'm some sort of like industry professional. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just like, I'm not, like Google can help you just as much as I can. But
I guess it's the way that they phrase it too, though. It's like, hey, do you mind if I ask you a question? Before they just unload. Like we had, I don't know if you remember, I'll just edit this out, but do you remember when Bill asked me at one of the basketball games, he said something that he had like, and I said I was like going to nursing school or something, and he made some comment, he's like, oh yeah, well, I have this like really weird like, I think it was like some type of abscess or something. I thought he was joking, and then he went into the details of like, I had to get it drained, and it's like still infected, and all this other stuff, and I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Like you're telling me this? Yeah. And he almost was going to show me, and I'm like, what? Kind of like your uncle who showed me his amputated toe without prompting.
Yeah. That's pretty much him.
Anyway.
He's pretty much an exhibitionist. No, yeah, but the same stuff kind of goes for like, you know, with if we get relationship questions. I never, ever, ever want to come off as some sort of like expert. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not like
no, not at all.
Like that's something that people really need to understand is like there are no experts. There are experts in certain specialties. Mm-hmm. There are not experts, like well-rounded experts in everything. Everything is the world is super, super complicated, you know?
I do feel like, not like people ask for advice per se a lot in their relationships, but I also feel like people don't freely share, like the only things that I hear about people's relationships are negative.
Yes. Yeah. And
I don't know. Like, it's not even, like, anything fun that they do with their significant other. Or, like, something funny they said or, like, a funny story. There's not a ton of that I feel like people talk about. Yeah. Like, I feel like I share that stuff, like, with you, about you all the time. But I don't know. It's just really... all I feel like I get, especially in a workplace where, you know, you have people that are of varying ages, but a lot of them who have been there, you know, who are in like their late 40s, early 50s, whatever. Yeah. And just have just horrible things to say. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's just maybe just jaded people. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just sad though.
I agree. I completely agree. So, that is going to do it. I'm sure we're going to have maybe some like clips we can show you at the end of this.
Yeah, hopefully.
Maybe we'll even tell you in the editing, like, if you hate this podcast, just skip to this part and you can see like what we recorded at the place.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's going to do it for podcast number 16. Pretty awesome. Mm-hmm. Great time. Remember, smash that like button. Just smash it. Share. You find some, you know, Facebook, and you're like, dude, you know what you'd like? The Car Ride Convos Podcast. Don't ask me why I always pick on old people. I don't know.
I don't get it.
I don't know. But share it with them on Facebook or Friendster or MySpace or, you know, what are the other weird ones? There's a couple other weird ones out there. Neoplast.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I have no idea what you're talking about now.
Just old social medias.
No, I get it.
Yeah, do it. It's fun. It's a good time. And I would say press the bell for the notification button or look for us on your most recent subscriptions in your thing, but apparently YouTube's moving to move all that, so...
Really?
Oh, you didn't watch the video this morning?
No. You'll have to catch me up on that later.
I will catch you up on that later. Well, so just do your best to try to pay attention to us. We have social medias that we probably need to use more, but it's busy. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this chill podcast. It's a really good time. Comment down below what you think about, I don't know, something.
Let us know what you think about Post Malone's new album.
Yeah,
maybe you prefer Stoney? Do you like this one better? I'm just curious over overall consensus, because I don't really... My big thing is that I just didn't realize that there was so much hate for Stoney, and I don't know why.
Yeah, because I genuinely liked it. Like, I was like, this is a good... It's very diverse. It was a diverse portfolio of music, and I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Anyway.
Whatever. Let me know. Let us know. You know... Share this video with Anthony Fantano. Tell him he's wrong about beer bongs and Bentleys.
Oh my god.
Tell him I wore the Fantano shirt just for this. Just this.
Oh,
all right.
Okay.
We're gonna sign out for real, guys. See ya in the next one.
Bye.
Inside my shorts and she know the shit. Hey, try to stuff it all in, but it don't even fit. Hey, know that I've been with this shit ever since a kid. Hey, I made my first million, I'm like, shit, this is it. 34 walk through, man, we had that bitch lit. Had so many bottles, gave ugly girl a sip. Out the window of the Benz, oh, we get to gain no rent. And I'm like, whoa, man, my neck so goddamn cold. So, hey, no, you said that shit, that we'd be together. Oh, I fall apart. It's not too much. Oh, I fall apart. It's not too much. Kill this monitor. And I've been looking for someone to put up with my bullshit. I can't even leave my bedroom, so I keep it closed. And I ain't seen the Lambo doors of the wood. If you busy, but know what I got. Kick in your door and swap you out. $100,000 on the table. Price my whip, same price my watch. Got no job, but I want. Bitch, on your story, I do it all. Can't pay with the wine on top. Lambo doors of the wood truck. If you busy plotting on what I got. All my brothers got their gas and they always be smoking like a Rasta. Hey, hey, fucking when we call up on a Uzi and show up in the shot tops. When my homies pull up on your block, they make that thing go da-da-da-da. Hey, 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 switch my whip, came back in black, I'm starting saying recipes of pasta. Hey, saucing, saucing, saucing on you. I'm saying, I'm saying, I'm saying, I'm buying like the sun on you. Hey, hey, hey. One side, I can't buy with no job. You know how I do it, I'm closing my toes. Hey, hey. I ain't rich yet, but you know I'm focused. Double OT like I'm KD, smoking on cheese. And you know me, my 2-3s and my go-to. Bitch, I'm smiling, but you see me when I nosebleed. I'm a new 3 and I take shots to my new D. Sing that shit. Thank you so fucking much, man.